All right, Thanksgiving right around the corner. And when we think about the big dinner, of course, we also think about the desserts too.
That's right. Mom's Apple Pie in Loudoun County makes their pies from scratch. And Tyson Cox from Mom's Apple Pie Baking Family is here to share their pumpkin pie recipe with us. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Listen, anyone in the area, DMV, knows Mom's Apple Pie. You guys are famous. Thank you.
We've been doing it for a long time, and I'm always kind of impressed with what my parents have done over 40 years.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
Tell us more about the history of Mom's Apple Pie.
They started when they were in financial hard times and just making pies from scratch, which their friend taught them how to do. Wow. They would buy fresh fruit from the farm markets at grocery stores, bake them all Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then sell them back to farm markets.
Okay.
And then 40 years later, we have 2 locations and a widespread fan base.
And a big following. Yeah, I was going to say. All right, so you're making pumpkin pie today, but this is butternut squash. Is that?
This is. So it's all squash family.
Okay.
You
can tell I don't bake.
Pardon?
Yeah, so you can tell I don't bake.
We were like, where's the pumpkin?
Well, so when you actually get a can of pumpkin puree at the store, it's generally around 80 or 90% neck pumpkins, which are those really long ones with the little head where the seeds are. So they just chop that off, and they have a bunch of easy meat to process and make into puree.
Right. Yeah.
It just doesn't taste as good.
Oh.
Jack-o'-lanterns are the same. They just don't taste as good as butternut squash, and we'll use a mix of those and kabocha squash and specialty butternuts as well.
Okay. Well, you're the expert, and we're learning something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are we doing today?
So we've got some. I actually was up at 2 and 4 checking our butternut squash because we're prepping for Thanksgiving right now. So I got to take these out of our lot.
Okay.
So we steam ours for about 8 hours in the oven. What I recommend for home bakers is you can just cut one in half, take the seeds out. You can peel or leave the peel on about an hour for 350, and then I would just scoop the flesh out, and you can blend it right away.
Okay.
And you can make a decent amount too, and freeze it in 2 cups worth or however much you want your recipe to be. So you can just take it out of the freezer whenever you want.
Okay.
All right, so we got the squash, and then what's the next step?
So we've got our puree right here.
Okay.
So add to the lot.
So at your farm, do you sell these, or people should probably get this at the grocery store? Or can they come to you?
Yeah, at the grocery store. I recommend to go into local farm markets. You're probably going to find riper ingredients there.
Makes sense.
But we do grow a lot of our own butternut squash and kabocha and the specialty butternuts as well. So I have the puree in there. I'm going to add the sugar to one side.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah, and I like to kind of mix all the spices and the sugar a little bit. So often I'll do that in a bowl separately.
Got it.
But I've got salt. I'm kind of doubling up on my cinnamon. This is kind of where you can make your pumpkin pie however you want.
Right.
Everyone's using squash, right, or
Yeah.
pumpkin. I love ginger, so we use cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and clove and
Okay.
salt. I like putting extra ginger in mine.
Okay.
But this is where you can, tweak it and figure out what exactly you want to do.
Well, you guys heard it here. This is how Mom's Apple Pie is doing it. So that's what I need to do. Whatever you guys are doing, I need to do that.
So extra ginger, and I only like a little bit of clove because it's really strong.
Okay.
All right, so you've kind of put that all, I see, in just one area,
Yeah,
right?
all on one side.
Okay.
And then kind of mix those spices together with the sugar a little bit first. And that way, once you start mixing it with the puree, it'll kind of mix a little more even.
Mix as well.
All right?
Okay.
And now I can use my spatula.
All right. You know everyone's going to be in the kitchen doing this in the next couple weeks.
This looks so amazing.
Yeah.
And so I think we presented a recipe. That's for 2 pies. I think anytime you're making something, make 2. Whether you're going to eat it or not, give it to your neighbor.
I was gonna say, share it with a friend.
Somebody is going to enjoy the pie, extra pie you will make.
Okay.
And then what is that?
This is half and half.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I learned recently that there can be a big discrepancy on fat content for half and half, between 10 and 18%. So this is another, I like mine creamier. So if you want to have some half and half and add a little heavy whipping cream, do so. If you want it a little bit lighter, I would just stick to the half and half.
So be creative.
Yeah, exactly.
Do what you like. Experiment.
Obviously, you're making pumpkin pie, but Mom's Apple Pie sells all sorts. People can just come and get it from you, right?
Absolutely.
see pecan.
During the year we do orders, but Thanksgiving we're just so busy that we do walk-ins only. But I'm baking around the clock, nonstop. We are turning out pies as fast as we can.
Especially this time of year.
Looks
You are
gorgeous,
Absolutely.
All right. So Mom's Apple Pie is located in Leesburg, Virginia. Make sure to check them out at momsapplepieco.com, but you're going to want to head in to buy them in the
Get
store.
them soon, yeah.